And coming up in this broadcast, Boko crisis deepens as Kusauk Traditional Council calls on the NPP supporters and sympathizers to suspend campaign activities in all 6 constituencies in that area.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is to be held responsible for the resurgence of the Boko conflict, which led to the loss of lives and property within this period. We call on all our people who are members of the NPP in all the 6 constituencies of Kusauk to suspend all political activities until further notice.
Meanwhile, the NPP parliamentary candidate for Zebila constituency, who has complied with that directive, has questioned the AG's decision not to fight the revocation of the arrest warrants for the rival Bokunaba.
And in the last 2 days, there has been sustained and continuous fighting. Scores of people have lost their lives, scores of young people, young lives. And the fighting has been extended to the road between Bogatanga and Tamale. My party has not issued a statement.
We will also tell you why a security analyst has attributed the unresolved conflict in Boko and its environs to the proliferation of small arms and large weapons in the area.
It is not PC, it is the Kutasis who killed them, straightforward. So that is the analogy out there that is creating that cycle of violence. Then there is the issue of proliferation of small arms and large weapons in the area. The weapons they use, trust me, I even listen to my military friends who tell me some of the weapons they've not heard the sound before.
Tonight, we will get some reaction from the government on what is being done to bring lasting peace to the area. Also in this broadcast, the Ghana Police Service launches manhunt for gunman who attempted to assassinate Agona West MP Cynthia Morrison during this weekend's campaign activities in the central region. We have details of that for you shortly, plus bring you the latest from the MP who was at the center of the gun attacks that has left 3 persons injured.
I did not even hear the gunshot, but seriously, the police did a good job. The way they pulled me to, surrounded and make sure that I was in the car. So we reversed and left the scene.
Tonight on Starr Today, we take you live to the area, and later in the bulletin, we will tell you why the Ghana Police Service has again been named the most corrupt institution in the country. And later on the campaign trail tonight, we sit with the Ada MP Comfort Doyo Kujo, who is my guest. Stick and stay.
Starr News is coming to you live on Ultimate 106.9 FM in Kumasi, Empire 102.7 FM in Takrady, Cool 103.5 FM in Ho, Rage and Might FM in Tamale, Somali FM in Wa, My Star Radio in the USA. Also live on Facebook on Starr 103.5 FM and on starfm.com.gh around the world. This is Starr 103.5 FM.
Thank you very much for joining us here on Starr Today. This bulletin is streaming live on our Facebook platform at Starr 103.5 FM. Now, the unending conflict in Boko is deepening by the day, following reports that more than 100 people have lost their lives due to renewed clashes in the area. Over the weekend, reports indicate that at least 8 people were killed after gunmen who had blocked the Bogatanga to Tamale highway opened fire at a roadblock. Now, as a result of happenings in the area, the Kusauk Traditional Council has called on supporters and sympathizers of the governing New Patriotic Party to suspend all campaign activities in all 6 constituencies in the area. Here is a spokesperson for the Kusauk Traditional Council, Gumbunaba, addressing the media a short while ago.
That included Kusasi and other tribes who were not even residents were killed. One of them burned to ashes and a long track was set ablaze. Pictures and videos are readily available for the consumption of the public. In view of the ongoing developments and Dr. Bawumia's commitment to appease his tribesmen and help the settler Boku Mamprusis to act above the laws of Ghana with impunity We, the members of the Kusau Traditional Council, wish to state unequivocally as follows. 1. Seydou Abagre as a criminal, and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is to be held responsible for the resurgence of the Boku conflict, which led to the loss of lives and property within this period. 2. We call on all our people who are members of the NPP in all the 6 constituencies of Kusau to suspend all political activities until further notice. We also urge all our people in the 6 constituencies to distance themselves from all activities relating to Dr. Bawumia and his political activities until further notice. 3. We hereby declare our intention to sever all ties with the settler Mamprusi community in Boku, forthwith in all aspects, including commerce, that is trading, other forms of engagements. Any individual who steps foot in the house of Seydou Abagre is to face the full consequences from Kusau when he or she steps out from Abagre's house. Currently, rumors has it that a state of emergency is likely to be imposed on Boku through the influence of His Excellency the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, to wipe out Kusasis in our own land to the satisfaction of his kinsmen. Just as indicated earlier, we will not be surprised if this rumor comes to fruition. In conclusion, we urge all Kusas within Kusau and around the world to remain resolute in our collective and legitimate quest to protect, uphold, defend our customs, traditions, and dignity as a people. We have our land and no other tribe, and I repeat, and no other tribe can rule us forever and ever.
You just heard there the spokesperson for the Kusau Traditional Council, Gumbu Naba Alhaji Mahamadou Asibi Azongo, addressing the media a short while ago. But in a response to that address, the NPP's parliamentary candidate for the Zebula constituency, Dr. Kingsley Krugu, who has suspended his campaign in that area, says the renewed conflict has plunged the community and neighboring towns into a state of insecurity as residents take refuge in bushes. Dr. Krugu is blaming governments for failing to fight the revocation of the arrest warrants for the rival chief. He spoke on Morning Star.
And in the last 2 days, there has been sustained and continuous fighting. Scores of people have lost their lives, scores of young people, young lives. And the fighting has been extended to the road between Bogatanga and Tamale with, assailants, people holding guns, hiding by the roadside, stopping cars, checking ID cards to identify tribal affiliation and kill. Yesterday was the bloodiest of this, and it doesn't make sense. It beats any imagination.
What would you say to people who say that government's inaction or actions have led us to where we are at the moment?
I mean, those people are right until we have answers. And I have raised these questions that don't have an answer. My party has not issued a statement to say this is what is happening. The government, and those of you who have a bigger mouth than people like me, put a call to the Attorney General and find out, let's look for answers. Look, it's worse than the picture I've painted. Yesterday, some people who were killed on the road were even mistaken to be one of the tribes, and they were not. They were killed. I have the pictures of the dead bodies in my phone.
Oh dear.
But they are not Mamprusis and they are not Kusasis. Somebody has to be responsible for these acts. And this is why I issued a statement 2 days ago, suspending my campaign and calling on government to take immediate action to save lives and property. This is where we are.
You just heard there the parliamentary candidate on the ticket of the New Patriotic Party in the Zebula constituency, Dr. Kingsley Krugu, in an earlier interview with Nadede Tete on Morning Star. But let's still stay further on this development because aide to Boku Naba, David Adoleba, believes the renewed clashes are politically motivated.
The same day, condemning the act as being illegal and a threat to national security. Now, people would like to make statements as if Boku people are interested in fighting or Kusasis are interested in fighting. The question is, how come a warrant was placed on Tutuwaa to be arrested because it's illegal? Then today, just last on the 17th, that warrant was lifted by the appeals court. The Attorney General Department came out saying that they were going to appeal to the Supreme Court because the decision of the appeals court was erroneous. Then within 24 hours, they came out and said they were withdrawing and they had no interest in the matter. Now, state security smuggled the same Tutuwaa into Boko, the man that they said he should not step foot into Boko. It is interesting to note that from 15 February, when the same Tutuwaa was supposed to have been arrested by the warrant placed on him in Bolga at the High Court, for 1 full year, no arrest was effected, and he was in Nairobi. All the security agencies saw him. Today, the same security agencies smuggled him into Boko, and they started making videos insulting Kusasis, insulting the overlord, and daring anybody to step foot because they were equipped by government to fight and kill us all. This is how the whole thing started. Why is it that killings are going on in Wale Wale and nobody talks about it?
Now, you just heard there David Adoleba, who is the aide to the Boku Naba, but let's still
Get some responses from the area. We've been joined on phone by Atungo Idrisu Kasim, who is a local reporter in that area. Kasim, thank you very much for joining us. Paint a picture to us, really. What is the situation at the moment in Boku?
All right, so I can't report to you that currently, as we are currently in Boku, we are enjoying peace for now. Since the morning, like indicated in the afternoon, we have not had any bad news so far. But we wait to see, as we used to say, but we can't actually predict what is happening. But we just had a call by the palace, the traditional council of Kusak. Kusak is made up of Pusuga, Garu, Chimpani, Binjuri, Boko. That's the Kusak. The traditional council just called us to brief us measures put in place to make sure peace return back to. And according to the traditional council, they are calling all the members of NTP supporters in the Kosa traditional area to suspend all political activities, their party activities, until further notice. They also
Kasim, now on the back of that, do we know the reason the traditional council has singled out the New Patriotic Party?
Yeah, according to them, they made it clear to us that if you follow the story, the government of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, who made pronouncements several occasions that Boku Naba Asegiri Azoka is the gazetted chief of Kosa traditional area. He's the president of the area and he's the chief of the land. He is the same person who his officials, Attorney General, who was supposed to lead the arrest of the Tutuwaa. He is the same person who led and dismissed the case from the court. So it means, according to them, the party MPP are trying to play tactics game on them. And as it stands now, they are also trying to associate themselves from them. They won't take any of their comments or any of their thing as a serious matter. So they are calling.
Atungo, if I understand you correctly, you say the traditional council is saying that the New Patriotic Party is being tactical in all of this. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, exactly. According to the statement they released, according to them, they are saying all what they said to them it was a lie. It was just a tactics play that they wanted to achieve something from the Kusasi. And so they believe that it's time for them to also let them know that all the tactics they gave, whatever they are planning against Kusasi, have come to daylight.
Okay, clearly it is a political season and we have just a few days to the polls. I believe there are NPP supporters and some parliamentary candidates in that Kusauk area. How does this directive sit with them?
Earlier, some political parties, like you just mentioned, the MPP candidates, for example, like the Sebila PC, he came out and said he's no more going to continue his party activities until they arrest Seydou Abagri. And we also heard from the Poku Central parliamentary candidate, who is Mr. Paul Agobre. He also made a statement that he's suspending all political activities till the writing is done. So when you come here, you won't actually identify that this person belongs to the political party MPP now, at the time now, because the movement the people of Poku they are so mad on the political party, MPP party. So even the supporters, some of them are happy. They are in support of what the Transfer Council just said. So I would say they are happy with that.
Now, for purposes of clarity, Atungo, so the traditional council is given the liberty to the other political parties to engage in their campaign activities. Is that what is happening?
For now, on the letter, they didn't mention any political party aside the MPP.
Okay.
It's only the MPP that they mentioned in their political party. So I wouldn't mention what is on in the statement.
Right, that's okay. Thank you very much. We've been engaging Atungo Idrisu Kasim.
He is a reporter on Boko. But let's still stay a while longer on this because security analyst Adib Sani has attributed the unresolved conflict in Boko and its environs to the high proliferation of small arms and large weapons in that area. He spoke to our sister station, GH1 TV, earlier.
Because our approach to dealing with the issue is not working, but we keep using the same militarized approach by deploying police and military personnel. You see, the issue has become so complex and it has become so multi-dimensional to the extent that we need a multi-dimensional approach to be able to deal with it. One, are those involved in weapons trafficking, those involved in drug trafficking, and even human trafficking. So the unfortunate thing is, if there's a robbery incident, someone is killed, the first question they ask is there a victim in Mapusi or in Kusasi? If it's Kusasi, who is the Mapusi who killed them? Straightforward. If it's Mapusi, it is the Kusasi who killed them. Straightforward. So that is the analogy out there that is creating that cycle of violence. Then there's the issue of proliferation of small arms and large weapons in the area. The weapons they use, trust me, I even listened to my military friends who tell me some of the weapons they've not heard the sound before. People, when they are growing up, as early as 13, 14 years, knows how to assemble and disassemble an AK-47. Now, they use the AR-15s, they use the M16 rifles that the military uses, and even more advanced weapons that the military don't even have. Okay? So, the place has become so restive, it has become so lawless, and it's a clear indication of the fact that our approach is not working, hence the need for us to rethink a new approach.
That was Adib Sani, a security analyst, speaking to our sister station, GH1 Television. You are still listening to Starr today here on Starr FM. We have a lot more security stories for you after this break. Don't go away.
Honestly, the cost of dialysis is an impossible burden to carry. Ever since this kidney failure diagnosis, we spend over 1,200 cedis every week. I keep asking if there's no intervention for persons suffering from chronic illnesses in society. Considering all these economic hardships, isn't the government thinking of us? Aren't they? Is the NPP government saying they can't do anything about this? Grandpa, I can't lose you, Grandpa.
A nation that doesn't care for its sick is herself sick. Ama's painful story is one of what many Ghanaians Ghanaians are going through today. But there is hope for Ghanaians under the next NDC government. John Mahama will create the Mahama Cares Fund to support the cost of treatment of people suffering chronic illnesses such as kidney failure, cancer, diabetes, sickle cell, hypertension, and other heart diseases. Ghanaians can access free healthcare at CHIPS compounds, health centers, clinics, and polyclinics, whether or not they have NHIS cards. These interventions will be major sources of relief for the millions of Ghanaians who are suffering from these chronic diseases and are often left to their own fates. Indeed, Mahama cares. Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
Chale, you dey hear the filler where they go round. I hear say the Electoral Commission dey register some voters for secret places. Them add thousands of names to the voters register.
Means if I hear saying they do one for the EC headquarters.
Then fee add thousands of voters for the ruling party in Stronghold and delete names of voters for the opposition in Stronghold.
If these rumors are true, then the upcoming elections cannot be free and fair. The Electoral Commission needs to address these allegations immediately.
My people, let me set the record straight. All these rumors, they are nothing but pure lies.
Really?
First of all, 21 days before the registration exercise, the EC publishes all registration centers in the Gazette, and every single political party knows the location of all these centers all over the country.
Okay.
Secondly, all political parties have their agents at every registration center nationwide. Accredited observer groups, even international observers, they are also present at these centers.
Yes.
All political parties receive both start of day and end of day reports at each registration center. They use these reports to collect the figures of registered voters. Simple. Finally, upon registration, the total number of voters published by the Electoral Commission always matches with the figures collated by the political parties from all the registration centers throughout the country. Just say there is no doubt about it. So my people, don't fall for all the lie that is flying around. The registration process is totally transparent.
Now we know the truth.
We won't fall for these lies anymore.
Now you know the truth about the voter registration. The EC ensures a transparent process at every step. Share this information and help stop the spread of misinformation. Remember, the EC no go fit add one figure self to the registered voters. The 2024 election registration process, it be friendship, it be clean. No kululu.
Charlie, this year's elections, I am really confused. I don't know who to vote for.
Why don't you know who to vote for? Let's listen to one policy JDM says he's going to implement when he's voted.
I think so NDC ban. They be in Juman kitten. My person branch executive na di omo be jim. Say akoko na person share poultry farm ketu bi near ma akoko bono near ton koko na ma near ma eduane a wo de beto eduane ama sika wo de beto eduane ama.
But why are you laughing? My guy, relax. So this is the reason he wants us to vote for him? Oh, the man hasn't changed one bit. Same old dead goat. Now let's listen to one of the many policies Dr. Bawumia has for the youth.
Jobs will be my major focus. Now, me be training 1 million youth in digital skills.
And see, that's not all. Apart from that, he's going to set up SME Bank to enable SMEs expand, to create jobs for the youth, and also increase demand with the buy now, pay small policy, which is the credit scoring system.
Oh, really?
That's not all. Let me give you the last one. He says he's going to introduce Buy Ghana First policy to boost local businesses to help them expand and employ more youth.
Wow. Now, I know who I'm voting for come December 7th. Dr. Bawumia, you have my vote.
Yes, so these are but a few of DMB's bold solutions for the youth when he's voted into power come December 7th.
I've changed my mind. I'm not voting for JDM anymore. I'll vote for the bold solutions man, Dr. Bawumia.
Great decision, my brother. This year, Dr. Bawumia's vote, vote Dr. Bawumia, number 1 on the ballot.
From the classroom to the lab, from the village to the city, the NPP's commitment to education is building a brighter Ghana. Free SHS isn't just about free tuition, it's an investment in Ghana's future. We have topped it up with free TVET and STEM education, skilled graduates, innovative thinkers, and a thriving economy. That's the promise of free SHS.
3 of my cousins have benefited from free SHS since 2017. One has graduated and is in nursing training. The other two are also in the university. I'll vote number 1. I'll vote for Bawumia on December 7th.
We are building a better tomorrow through education. Vote NPP. Vote number 1. Vote Bawumia. Bawumia means business. Estro.
Starr today. First, fast, and credible.
You're welcome back from that break. This is still
Starr today here on Starr FM, and I am Tutuwaa Danso. Let's go back to our earlier story about the development in Boko and get some responses from the government, because we've been joined by government spokesperson on governance and security, Dr. Palgrave Boakye. Palgrave, thank you very much for joining us this evening. First of all, what measures is the government putting in place to restore calm in the area?
Thank you for the opportunity, and a very good evening to you, Tutuwaa, and to your listeners. And to state that the Boko crisis is purely a chieftaincy issue. Government has deployed a lot more security on the highway of Bogatanga, Wale, in terms of night patrols for travelers that are traveling. And so we have a joint security mission led by the Ghana Police Service together with the Ghana Armed Forces. Also, you are aware that there is 2 chiefs who are enskined as Boko Nabes. One enskined lawfully, one enskined unlawfully. And so sometime last week, we had intelligence that the king that was installed on or enskined unlawfully had come into Boko. And so we anticipated that there were going to be issues. We have immediately deployed a lot more security within the environment, and we are in talks constantly with the 2 sides, because it's a tribal issue that needs to be addressed, and you need a lot more tactics to be able to handle that.
Okay. Now, contrary to your claim that it is a tribal issue, the Kusau Traditional Council in that area is saying that it is politically motivated in a bid to favor the New Patriotic Party, and so they have directed all NPP campaign-related activities to be suspended. What is your response to that?
I disagree entirely. I do not think that the issues that are happening in Boko are politically motivated whatsoever at all, because it doesn't benefit any political party, neither does it benefit our political party, which is the New Patriotic Party, or the opposition party, to see that there are chaos within the environs of Boko. We are very much aware that it's a chieftaincy issue, it's a tribal issue that needs to be addressed between the 2 sides, and government has the intervention to be able to ensure that peace remains. And so we are in constant talks with them to be able to resolve the issues.
Now, for purposes of clarity, you say that you're embarking on processes to restore calm. Are we going to be seeing the normal military and police deployments in the area henceforth?
Earlier on, before this, we had started with curfews. If you recall, the minister responsible for Interior had brought regular curfews within the environment. And so we'll deploy a lot of strategies that will be able to ensure that we restore calm and serenity to the good people of Boko.
Okay. Now, some security analysts have also alleged that the unresolved conflicts in the area can be attributed to the proliferation of small arms and heavy weapons in that area. How do you respond to this?
Well, we always have challenges with unlawful possession of arms, and so the Small Arms Commission has always been on a rampage to key out people that unlawfully are in possession of arms. And so, but I mean, we just know that the ball really stops at the chieftaincy issues, the tribal issues that needs to be addressed, beyond the proliferation of arms that are unlawfully in the hands of people, which rest at the doorstep of the Small Arms Commission.
Okay. Now, given that directive issued by the Kusau Traditional Council, will your party heed to the directive for NPP activities to be suspended in the area?
Well, you called for a government position. I'm not too sure if I can respond on behalf of the party from a government position, and so I would like to decline that question.
Okay. That's okay. We've been engaging Dr. Palgrave Boakye Dankwa. He's a governor spokesperson on security.
Starr today. First, fast, and credible.
Let's also stay a bit more on security because the Ghana Police Service says it is on a manhunt for a gunman who attempted to assassinate Agona West MP Cynthia Mamili Morrison. The incident, which happened during the MP's campaign activities over the weekend, has left 3 persons suffering various degrees of injuries. Reports available to Starr News indicates that a violent clash erupted when supporters of NPP candidate Chris Arthur and now independent candidate Cynthia Morrison encountered each other while campaigning in the same neighborhood. Now, this was further escalated when the Chris Arthur campaign team encountered a roadblock allegedly put up by supporters of Cynthia Mamili Morrison, leading to the gunshots. Now, the MP, Cynthia Morrison, earlier spoke about the incident on GH Today on GH1 TV. Take a listen to her.
We heard that 3 people told me that my policeman, who was sitting on top, I was standing in the car. He was lying on the top of the car. Everybody saw him. And we had police escort, like 7 or something, I don't remember the number. Policemen protecting us. And he was police, so they were communicating with him. Have you found out from the police what it is? How can he make such unfounded allegations? He got heated, so my policeman spoke to him. I said, I can put my life at risk. I've never shot for the last 3 years. And is this a crowd that we pulled in Yakro? Is it where I'm going to shoot? We went on, and then we came to report to the police station. Then I heard that my NASA coordinator was also shot in the arm. And so this is the story, the long and short of the story.
Right. So, I mean, there was no direct attempt on your life, or no gunshots were fired your way?
No. I did not even hear the gunshots. But seriously, the police did a good job. The way they pulled me to, surrounded and made sure I was in the car. So we reversed and left the scene. But nobody shot my car. That one I have to say. Nobody shot at my car.
So your supporters from your camp, including your Nassar coordinator, how are they doing now?
But I haven't spoken to them. I'm going to talk to them. And the people, they are my fans. Let me say that. I don't even know them. You know, when you go to a community in politics, you may not know everybody.
Right.
But the people, yesterday I was with the doctors. As at 1 a.m., I was talking to the doctors. 2 of them were discharged. One is detained. But I don't know if everything is going well. Everything is going well. But to say that they attempted to assassinate me, that one I can't say. What I didn't see. What I saw was the cars moving down and then passing by. But apart from that, I am very fine.
You just heard from Cynthia Mamili Morrison, the independent parliamentary candidate for the Agona West constituency, who is at the center of all of these gunshot attacks. But let's get some responses from the Ghana Police Service. In a statement, it says that the Ghana Police Service is investigating a shooting incident that occurred during political campaign activities in the Agona West constituency of the Central Region on the evening of Sunday, October 27, 2024. Now, 4 individuals sustained injuries during the incident, with 2 treated and discharged, while the remaining 2 are still on admission, receiving medical care. The police have been actively working on the case throughout Sunday night when the incident happened and are closing in on the perpetrator to get him arrested to face justice. This is what the Ghana Police Service has had to say. We're trying to get our Central Regional correspondent on the back of this development because we believe that he has a lot more details. But as and when we do get that interview, we'll bring it to you shortly. But meanwhile, the NDC in Agona West is urging the Ghana Police Service to conduct a swift, impartial and thorough investigation into the incident and bring the perpetrators to book. A statement signed by the NDC's Agona West Communication Officer, Abdul Wahab Africa Zion, while condemning the incident, also called on the 2 candidates involved to take responsibility and call their supporters to order. But you're still listening to Starr today here on Starr FM. Let's still stay a bit further on politics. Now, a comment by North Tongue MP Samuel Tutuwaa Blakwa for the NPP to humble themselves and see the NDC for a proper running mate has incurred the wrath of some stalwarts of the governing party. But before we get a reaction from the NPP, let's first listen to those comments made by Mr. Ablakwa, which were made at a campaign event in Asawase over the weekend.
Let us intro our running mate and many your general secretary join. Say, omumbra na yen loni running mate. Na running mate we there or ye disaster. national disaster, international disaster, monumental disaster. Running matter ono and the comprehensive sexuality education the by Ghana or call UNESCO conference or call John Enum say omo new curriculum omo launch it that year 2019 omo be chere yen color LGBTQ+++. Ghana for nyina international community ya chi no say no wadane nenum nsem o say eyeme na po say me ena me lady new curriculum ena wamfa ebuo wumbo Professor Nana Jopoko Ajiman wumfa ebuo emma His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. How about imams any osofo na po say me ko convince imams for me ba sawase ebehu mu imams mu chief imam ena me convince omo ena omo di mechi ena ya call classrooms say ye kire nkola mema monkese mema emba monkese emba sao mo running mate no yambompa yamano yambompa or yampa bopa or here deliverance pa intro na makacho omo say sa intro na omo chwa no enche omo bete de yebeye 2024 yeah makwan sa campaign of lies, campaign of calumny, campaign of defamation, campaign of character assassination no yeah makwan in 2024 yeah ma omo kwan ente they will hear from us.
You just heard the Samuel Tutuwaa Black, the Member of Parliament for the North Tongue constituency, stating his position on why he doesn't think that the NPP has a perfect running mate to go into the election. But let's get some responses from the party. And joining us over the phone lines is Fifi Boafo. He's the spokesperson for the NPP's running mate, Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh. He's joined us on phone for a conversation. Fifi, thank you very much for your time this evening. Why do you describe that statement by Mr. Blackwell as unfortunate? Hello, Fifi. Hello, Fifi. If you can hear me, thank you very much for your time this evening. Well, we are trying to get a response from Fifi Boafo, who is the NPP, the spokesperson for the vice presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh, for his response on Tutuwaa Blackwell's claims about the party's vice presidential candidate. We'll try and reach him over the phone lines now and bring you that conversation subsequently. You're still listening to Starr Today.
Starr Today. First, fast, and credible.
Starr News is coming to you live on Ultimate 106.9 FM in Kumasi, Empire 102.7 FM in Takrady, Cool 103.5 FM in Ho, Rage and Might FM in Tamale, Somali FM in Wa, My Star Radio in the USA. Also live on Facebook on Starr 103.5 FM and on starfm.com.gh around the world. This is Starr 103.5 FM.
Let's move on to some other stories now. And cybersecurity experts are advocating for a collaborative effort among stakeholder agencies to tackle the escalating canker of online scams. And with the digital landscape becoming increasingly complex, unsuspecting patrons of online businesses have become more susceptible to these scams, underscoring the agency for more awareness efforts. Now, speaking during an awareness forum, cybersecurity expert and chief executive officer of Smart Thing Global Technology, Samson Ntiamwa, called for more investment in technologies to combat cybercrime.
As Ghana swiftly embraces digitalization, vulnerabilities in cyberspace has become a significant threat. The 2023 Ghana FinTech reports indicates that cyber fraud, including credit card identity and romance fraud, is the country's most common cybercrime, with the financial sector as a primary target. The menace cost Ghana an estimated 4.3 million Ghana cedis.
We'll bring you that report in our subsequent broadcast. But let's go over the phone lines now and engage the New Patriots, the
spokesperson for the vice presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, Fifi Boafo, on certain claims Ablakwa made over the weekend at Asawase on the NDC's campaign trail in that constituency. Fifi, thank you very much for your time this evening. Why do you describe that statement by Mr. Ablakwa as unfortunate?
If it's not unfortunate, it's right. Then I want that one thing that the
Fifi, can you kindly position yourself so we have a conversation? Your phone lines are a bit jittery.
Sorry, is it,
it's a little stable now.
Thank you. So, thank you.
Unfortunately, I'm still really struggling to hear you. So if you can reposition yourself so we have a conversation.
If it is the connectivity in this area, but is it better?
It's better now.
So I'm saying that I find it unfortunate for Okudzeto Ablakwa to make such a claim, because this is not something that is supported by any reasonable thought through, because if it is, I'm not sure that will be the conclusion he will come to. Why would he suggest that? The NDC has a running mate, the MPP has a running mate, by which comparison would anybody do and come to the conclusion that rather the MPP has the disaster of a running mate? The NDC, what is their running mate? Where is she? Is she? Why has she gone to?
Okay, but your candidates also had accused Okudzeto Ablakwa of introducing comprehensive sexual education when at that time he wasn't in charge of tertiary education. Hello, Fifi. We are trying to have a conversation with... Fifi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I hope you heard the question.
Yes, I did. But I'm saying,
that was Fifi Boafo, the spokesperson for the NPP's vice presidential candidate, Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh. We're trying to have a conversation, but the phone lines will just not let us. But let's go over and do some other stories now. And other presidency, tax officials, MPs, judges, and magistrates have been fingered by many Ghanaians to be the most corrupt institutions in Ghana. Now, while institutions such as the Ghana Armed Forces, traditional leaders, and non-governmental organizations are perceived to be the most trusted public institutions in the country, additionally, 7 out of 10 Ghanaians believe the level of corruption in the country has increased, with just a quarter of the population believing people can report corruption without the fear of retaliation. This is according to Pan-African and non-partisan survey research network Afrobarometer. Director of Research at CDD Ghana, Dr. Edem Selome, disclosed these at the launch of the latest Afrobarometer findings on Ghanaians' views on corruption.
Among the key findings are public institutions such as the Ghana Armed Forces, religious bodies, traditional leaders, and non-governmental organizations are the most trusted. Trust in key state institutions have witnessed a decline compared to 2022, but major declines since 2012. Among the key public institutions, the presidency, tax officials, MPs, judges, and magistrates are most widely perceived as most corrupt. Almost 7 in 10 Ghanaians say the level of corruption in the country has increased somewhat or a lot, and we see that there's a 3 percentage point increase from 2022 to 2024. And it's just about a quarter of Ghanaians that believe that people can report corruption without fear of retaliation. And then when it comes to elections, people prefer elections to any other form of choosing leaders. 6 in 10 Ghanaians say that the general elections of 2022 was largely free and fair, and that candidates' honesty, their character, campaign promises are some of the reasons why they'll vote for a particular candidate. So
We still have a lot more stories for you on this bulletin right after this break.
The pandemic has had a generally deleterious effect on the economy of African nations. This has devastated many African economies and sunk them deeper into unsustainable debt and economic downturn.
Remember these words from former President Mahama. Now, as campaign season heats up, he is pointing fingers at the current administration. Is this not for political gain? Ghanaians deserve genuine solutions, not mere propaganda. We face global challenges together. Let's seek a leader who offers plans and progress, not just critiques. Let's build Ghana up, not tear it down. Vote number 1. Vote for Bawumia. Vote for the MPP.
Honestly, the cost of dialysis is an impossible burden to carry. Ever since this kidney failure diagnosis, we spend over 1,200 cedis every week. I keep asking if there's no intervention for persons suffering from chronic illnesses in society. Considering all these economic hardships, isn't the government thinking of us? Aren't they? Is the NPP government saying they can't do anything about this? Grandpa, I can't lose you, Grandpa.
A nation that doesn't care for its sick is herself sick. Ama's painful story is one of what many Ghanaians are going through today. But there is hope for Ghanaians under the next NDC government. John Mahama will create the Mahama Cares Fund to support the cost of treatment of people suffering chronic illnesses such as kidney failure, cancer, diabetes, sickle cell, hypertension, and other heart diseases. Ghanaians can access free healthcare at CHIPS compounds, health centers, clinics, and polyclinics, whether or not they have NHIS cards. These interventions will be major sources of relief for the millions of Ghanaians who are suffering from these chronic diseases and are often left to their own fates. Indeed, Mahama cares. Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
Charlie, this year's elections, I am really confused. I don't know who to vote for.
Why don't you know who to vote for? Let's listen to one policy JDM says he's going to implement when he's voted.
I think so NDC ban. They be bien juman kitten. My person branch executive na di omo be jim. Say akoko na person share poultry farm ketue bi ni ama akoko buono ni ton koko na ma ni ama eduane a wo de beto eduane ama sika wo de beto eduane ama.
But why are you laughing? My guy, relax. So this is the reason he wants us to vote for him? Oh, the man hasn't changed one bit. Same old dead goat. Now let's listen to one of the many policies Dr. Bawumia has for the youth.
Jobs would be my major focus. Now, me be training 1 million youth in digital skills.
And see, that's not all. Apart from that, he's going to set up SME Bank to enable SMEs expand, to create jobs for the youth, and also increase demand with the buy now, pay small policy, which is the credit scoring system.
Oh, really?
That's not all, oh. Let me give you the last one. He says he's going to introduce Buy Ghana First policy to boost local businesses to help them expand and employ more youth.
Wow. Now, I know who I'm voting for come December 7th. Dr. Bawumia, you have my vote.
Yes, so these are but a few of DMB's bold solutions for the youth when he's voted into power come December 7th.
I've changed my mind. I'm not voting for JDM anymore. I'll vote for the bold solutions man, Dr. Bawumia.
Great decision, my brother. This year, Dr. Bawumia's vote, fan cheche.
And
Vote Dr. Bawumia, number 1 on the ballot.
Starr today, first, fast, and credible.
You're welcome back from that break. This is still Starr today here on Starr FM, and I am Tutuwaa Danso. So up next on the broadcast is the campaign trio. This is your Simply the Best station, Starr 103.5 FM. And need I remind you that EIB remains your 2024 election hub. It is now time to take you officially on the campaign trail. It is some 10 minutes to the hour 6. And tonight on the campaign trail, my guest is a 3-time member of parliament who currently serves as the second deputy chief whip of, I don't know whether to call it the majority or the minority. But anyway, she's in the leadership of the House and is also a former Minister of State at the presidency under former President John Dramani Mahama. But did you know my guest holds a certificate in radio and TV presentation from the Ghana Institute of Journalism? She is part of those who have abandoned their training, certainly, for politics. In 2020, she retained her seat with 27,591 votes, gaining 82.14% of the total vote cast for their that seat in Parliament. The question is, can she better that record this year? My guest this evening is already seated in the studios in the person of Comfort Doyo Kujo. Remember that we are live on Facebook on Starr 103.5 FM. You can also send us your WhatsApp message on the number 055 288 0216. Again, it's 055 288 0216. This is your campaign trail. You're welcome once again to the campaign trail, and my guest is in the studio, as I told you earlier, Comfort Doyo Kujo. You're welcome to the studios.
Thank you.
It's an absolute pleasure meeting you. Now, what I want to understand first of all is, you're the deputy, whip for majority or minority?
Majority.
On what basis?
On what basis? On the basis that we have the numbers now in Parliament. We are 136, and MPP is 135. Period.
So you're going to disregard the Supreme Court's stay of proceedings regarding the matter?
No, I'm not disregarding Supreme Court proceedings. A speaker who will bring it to the floor and give instructions. We don't take instructions from Supreme Court. We take instruction from our speaker.
As parliamentarians?
Yeah, so if they have issue, they should speak to the speaker, then the speaker will speak to us. But anyway, if the independent candidates are coming, now I am the second deputy majority whip, and I will collaborate with the clerks, with the deputy minority whip, to arrange chairs in the chamber. I will just look for a place in the middle side for them.
For who?
For the independent candidates. Because now they don't belong to any of the parties.
Okay. As the second deputy
majority
whip.
Yeah. So I'll give them a seat.
In the middle somewhere.
In the middle somewhere. But they don't belong to any party. They will work, but they don't belong to any party. And they can't vote unless they choose who to vote for.
I see.
That's how it works. When you are independent, you are independent.
You are in the middle.
Yeah, you are in the middle.
Okay, I understand. I was also reading about the fact that you were a certificate holder in journalism. What happened?
Oh, I love it, so I went and did it.
But you don't do journalism anymore?
No, I didn't do it to work on the radio, but I just wanted to learn how to present myself when it comes to radio issues.
Okay.
But not to work as a journalist, so that I can do a good job.
Okay.
You know, when you have interest in something, anything that comes with it, you should know it's a package.
Okay.
Sitting on the radio, on the telly, is a package when it comes to politics. So I went there to do those courses so that I can understand the.
So if I understand you, this is your way of investing in your own self for future ambitions.
Yeah.
Okay. Will you elect a second deputy speaker?
If we resume back and there is a opportunity, we can elect deputy speaker, because we don't have deputy speaker again.
Okay. So the now majority will collaborate with the minority
and then the
independent candidates.
Yeah, then we elect a deputy speaker.
Are there names that have come up so far?
No, not yet.
None yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Oh,
not yet. Yeah, but we have some few weeks for elections.
So you don't think that is important?
Yeah, few weeks, because even if they serve notice for us to come to Parliament, we would need we need 2 weeks notice. So from 1st, even November, to 2 weeks will be 15th.
Okay.
So after 15th, how many weeks is left? Is it not 2 weeks? 2 weeks. And in fact, we will need space. Since the elections are getting closer, we will need space to go and campaign and then prepare for the elections. So I don't think there will be any serious
activity ongoing.
Yeah.
But I believe that you were well informed of the NPP's quest to recall Parliament. Will you partake in that?
Oh, if the speaker calls us, will come. They cannot call us. The speaker is the one who you tell the clerk to serve us notice that we are to come back to Parliament, and we will come.
Okay. Let's still stay a bit in Parliament. Now, we understand that the NPP members in Parliament were accusing your side of being rowdy because you were supposed to wait for the Speaker's ruling on the developments, but you chose to go and sit at the majority side. That is the right-hand side of the Speaker.
No, one thing every Ghanaian should understand is the moment there is election or there is number issue, the majority sits at the right side of the Speaker and minority sits at the left side of the Speaker. So you don't need the Speaker to direct you where to sit, because the Speaker doesn't arrange chairs.
Okay.
For MPs.
Okay. But
we arrange it ourselves.
I mean, we have engaged a number of your members, especially, I think specifically Roxanne Nelson Dafiamepo, who says that what the Speaker said wasn't a ruling. It was a pronouncement, more of his understanding of Article 97, Clause 1. So it wasn't a ruling. If it wasn't a ruling, why did you have to rush to take that side of the
We are not rushing. What happened was we are now 136. So we don't need anybody to inform us that 136 we are the majority.
Okay.
And the 135 is the minority.
Okay.
So it is our right to go and sit there.
Okay. Okay, let me just find out from you. Now, how would you describe the 8th Parliament? Because a lot of people have said that this Parliament has been riddled with a lot of drama. Did you regret some of the clashes that have happened in Parliament?
No, I will never regret any of the clashes. I will never.
You don't regret any of them at all?
At all.
Right from January 7th.
No, I will not regret any of them at all. You know, this is our first time of having hung Parliament, so we should expect it.
Okay.
Then we work around it to do it better next time.
Okay.
That's why I don't regret it.
Okay.
If we were to have it many times. We could have said
then
that.
it will come as a surprise.
Yeah, but this is the first time. So once it's the first time, and a really party seeing parliament being handled by opposition person, by all means there will be friction. So it shouldn't be news. It's not news. We have seen how hang parliament works.
Okay.
So next time we'll polish it.
Okay. But I know, there were incidents where some MPs fought. Do you regret it?
No, I don't regret it.
At all?
At all.
So in a word, how would you describe this 8th parliament?
Better.
Better?
Better. Because this is the first time we have seen a government who doesn't have his own person as a speaker. So there is no rubber stamp in this government. Because formally, when we were 106 and they were 167, the speaker will put the question, and you say, those who have it say yes, those against say no. When you say no, and even they are not many, at times they don't come, and we are many, still the speaker will say, the yes have it.
Okay.
And when you challenge it, he will even look at your side. And
the speaker you're referring to is Michael Quay.
Yeah, he will even look at your side at all. The moment he said, so we will have our say, and they have their way. But now you can't have your way unless you bring the numbers before you have your way.
Okay. Let's talk about the removal of Muntaka and Haruna Idrisu. How did you hear that news? Did it come to you as a surprise?
Yeah.
But first of all, how did you hear the news?
Oh, I first saw it when the announcement came out. We were hearing the rumors.
When the announcement came out from the NDC?
Okay. We were hearing the rumors, but...
You had heard rumors earlier?
We heard it earlier, but there is nobody concluding that this is what is going to happen, but we heard it. So even I thought I would be affected. So I just...
Why did you think you would be affected?
They said there will be changes. So if there will be changes, you have to prepare your mind. If you don't prepare your mind, that's where you come back fighting.
Okay.
So I just prepared my mind that whatever happens, I will take it like that.
Okay.
Because once the position is no possession, you have to prepare your mind for the both positive and negative side.
Okay.
But when the news came, my name was there, but my colleagues' name were not there. It was unfortunate, but God knows the best.
But how would you rate Ato Forson's performance as the minority leader?
And now current majority leader.
I'll leave you to say that.
Yeah. He's doing his best. Yeah.
But has it been satisfactory for the caucus?
Yeah, satisfactory. Because he's working with all of us and he's connecting everybody to come on board to work together. So
now,
he's good.
Okay. Now you say you described the 8th Parliament as better. But the first Deputy Speaker of Parliament, that is Joseph Osei-Owusu, has said that he is disappointed.
In this parliament. Because his government is in power and he expects the speaker to come from...
You don't think that he's just trying to be objective?
No.
Because that is the concern a lot of people have also raised, who are not in power.
No, those who are speaking against this parliament, you can see a lot of them are MPP. And they expect that the speaker should have come from their side so that they can have their way out when it comes to some of the businesses in the house. Because now, if they bring any business that Ghanaians are not happy with, we kick against it with our numbers.
What are some of these things that Ghanaians are not happy with that you've kicked against?
Oh, something like e-levy, you can see everybody is not happy with it, apart from some of the MPP. Even a lot of the MPP, they are also not happy with it. And we kick against it, but they came out with their numbers to
pass it.
So they didn't get it easy. Passing it, they didn't get it easy because we didn't give them that space at all.
Okay. I mean, since you say that this parliament is better in your own words, talk to me about some of the successes that you think the 8th parliament has chalked.
Well, a lot.
Like, give me like 5.
A lot. Let's look at a lot. If we are to tell me, I will have prepared a lot of this. The success story of the 8th parliament.
Okay, let's talk about.
If you look at the affirmative action
I was going
bill,
to go there.
And then you look at a lot of bills that we have been able to pass. You see, this parliament, there is no politics as such when it comes to speaker issue. So because this affirmative action bill, they try all they could.
When you say they, who? They who?
The 7th parliament tried their best. The 6th parliament, the 5th parliament, and then the 4th parliament. They couldn't pass it. The reason is the speaker is from the government side, and the government is interested. Speaker is interested, but the opposition is not interested.
Right.
So they kick against it. But this time, the speaker is not from the government side, and the speaker too want to take credit. And the government too want to take credit. So the opposition too is looking up to the speaker to make sure he succeed. So you see where the unity came from to pass the bill.
Absolutely.
But if we were to have a speaker from the MPP, we would have kicked against it because we also said we would love to pass it to have the credit.
Okay.
But now all of us have the credit.
Okay. Let's talk about you. As a woman in parliament, how has it been for not just parliament, but a member of parliament? How has it been for you?
Well, so far so good. So far so good. I can say everything is fine. I'm doing fine in the constituency. The constituency are with me, and I'm with them.
Okay.
And we bond together to work together in the constituency. So I can say so far, so good.
When you say that everything is fine, what exactly do you mean by everything is fine? I mean, if I come into the other constituency, I'm not going to hear issues about poor drainage system, poor sanitation, bad roads, schools on the trees, chips compounds. Tell me about it.
All these projects that you've mentioned is government projects. MPs don't construct.
But you are a lobbyist. You agree.
So we lobby. But this is a government that discriminates.
Oh.
Yeah. So the more anytime you push, they don't even bother.
Okay.
Because ever since we came to power, we have never seen one trip of gravel in Ada. So there is one of the big men had a funeral. Then that big man used his influence to re-gravel where he's going to do the funeral.
Okay. Just that portion.
Just that portion. Then when we brought the drip machine and we sent it to the constituency, and they want to use it for the candidate who is contesting me. So, you know, that machine comes with package and other things. So they are trying to re-gravel some of the roads. Even they are doing some shoddy work there. But apart from that, for the 8 years of NPP, they have not given us one tide road or asphalt road. The asphalt that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama started and was about...
started in your constituency?
In my constituency.
Where exactly?
From Kase to Adafo.
Okay.
And he's about 65% complete before he left office. And when they came, they said they are investigating the contractor. That ends it. We have never seen anything again. And that road couldn't see the
light of day.
The day. So for the MPP, when it comes to road, they have failed. And when it comes to education, you know, I'm a member of education committee.
Right.
So we always have projects that we take to our constituency. Apart from the ones that I've taken to my constituency, I cannot boast of one that the government did in the constituency. I cannot boast of one. Apart from what I took to the constituency as education committee member, I cannot boast of one. So the projects you are mentioning is projects that are bigger than MPs. We lobby, but this is a government that doesn't listen to people who don't vote for them. Even you heard it from the president's home.
Okay. But could it be that you're not lobbying hard enough?
Oh, I push a lot. I push a lot. Even the then road minister, Amakwata is the wife is from Ada, Amlakpo. So he always call me sister-in-law, but he has never dreamed of doing anything for the good people of Ada. So we are waiting for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to come, because he is our show boy that works for us in Ada.
So how do your constituents feel in all of this?
Oh, my constituents, they're okay, because they know that for this government, especially their candidates, as the accounts will say, they know that Bawumia Bako and Trobebre.
Hey,
so they will,
that is the
so they know they are like plenty.
That's the terminology going on there.
Oh, Bawumia Bako.
That was Bawumia Bako
and Trobebre.
Oh, how? Are they not being unfair to him?
Oh, do you want me to say things that he said that he couldn't deliver?
Tell me some. In
their books, they said they have one district, one factory in Ada. It's not there. And we couldn't see our $1 million one constituency. If we were to see even that money alone for one term, we could have done a lot with it. Now he's owing us $8 million in Ada. $8 million. But he will come and talk plenty as if he's doing better. But he's not doing anything.
But he says he's a driver's mate.
You are the driver's mate, but you are the collector. So you know where the money is. So if there's no fuel in the car, bring the money they buy fuel and put in the car. So if the driver's mate is keeping all the monies and is not giving the driver money to buy fuel, how would the car move? So if the car is not moving, what shows that if you yourself you take over from the driver, you can buy fuel?
Maybe the driver is not a listening driver.
Oh, then that's their cup.
That's their problem.
Their cup of tea. But we can't entertain such a driver again.
But hey, I want you to repeat what you said. That Bawumia Bako words.
And Trobebre. Bawumia Bako pe and Trobebre everywhere.
Is that how you are? I see. So what is your relationship with the DC there?
Oh, it's a working relationship.
Okay. And do you have like a good working relationship?
All that I would say is a working relationship. You don't need to love somebody to work with the person.
Course. You just need
Once
to be
we are working, we are working. If it's work time, we work.
Okay.
If not work time, you go your home, I go my home.
Absolutely. Now, despite all of these challenges that you've talked about, with regards to the New Patriotic Party being discriminatory, I believe that there is something you may have done in that constituency that you look back and say that I'm actually proud that I did this for the people who believed in me. So in terms of legacy, what is Comfort's legacy projects?
Thank you. The biggest project I did in my life that I didn't even use common fund to do is the dam.
A dam?
The dam that was dried for the past 30 years. And because of that, the kids in those areas, a lot of them were sent to Akosomo to go and work there. So they went and involved themselves in this child trafficking and other things. By God's grace, I was able to dredge that dam. I dredged about 16 kilometers to connect to the dam. I connected the main river to the dam and go and look at it. Even the government of the day who lied to the people in the north that he will give them dam couldn't do such a dam for even one village. He told them one village, one dam. He couldn't do it. So go and look at that dam in Ada, and you will clap for me, and you will love it.
But dams are pretty expensive to construct.
Yeah.
How did you manage to do this?
I spent millions of cedis.
What is give us the equivalents. 50 million, 30, 100 million.
We'll talk about it later.
Or just give us an estimate.
No, I'll talk. Let me tell you. In a day, I buy 1 drum of fuel and buy 1 gallon of engine oil.
For your constituents?
No, for the
project.
For the dredger.
Okay.
You know, I brought dozer and excavator and then grader. You see, so in a day I buy 1 drum of diesel, then 1 gallon of petrol, and we spent 6 good months to complete the job. And I was buying continuously without a break. And the people...
I mean, that sounds really impressive, but what was your source of funding? Common
You
fund?
know, that time too, I was not a member of parliament. I was just a candidate.
A candidate.
Contesting.
And you did that?
Yeah.
So how did you fund that project? What was your source of funding?
No, I did the funding myself. Nobody supported me.
Really? From your own pocket?
Yeah, I did the funding.
But you said millions of cities, but you're not going to tell us how much it is.
Normally, I don't mention it because, you see, that money can give me a big hotel. That money, I can use it to build a hotel.
Which will make money for you.
Which will make money for me. But I sacrifice that money to build a dam for the people. And I'm a proud member of parliament for Ada who can boast that.
Absolutely.
That dam alone is giving job to thousands of people in Ada.
Okay.
Because they fish there and they use it for irrigation. Those who rear animals. And do you know the interesting part of it?
Tell me.
When the fisherman comes back from the fishing and they pour their fish there, the school children have a basket that they measure. If they are able to work on that basket, 1 basket of the fish, they pay them 2 cedis. So if you are able to work on 5 baskets of that fish,
that's 10 cedis.
10 cedis. Following money, you have money to go to school.
I see.
Yeah. So it has brought a lot of work in that area.
Okay.
And in fact, when that dam was not there, there is a lot of dust. You know, when a river dried, you know, it's a smooth sand. So when the air is blowing, you see the whole town, everybody will be running for their life.
Okay.
And if you look at their faces, you will see dust everywhere. But when I saw it, initially, I underestimated the project. I never knew it can take even 2 months. I said, oh, this thing, let's say 6 weeks or 2 months, we are done.
Be done.
But when I started, I realized that no, it was bigger than that. But I did my best to make sure I complete it because I'm somebody, if I start the thing, I have to complete it.
Okay. But I find it very impressive. So you want to tell me that you literally emptied your savings to put up this project?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm just a PC. I wasn't a member. Yeah.
Did you, which year was this?
2011.
2011.
I started it 2011.
I believe that you've made the money back.
No, 2012.
2012.
I started 2012.
Election year. Okay. Okay. So you think it's one of the reasons that people decided to give you the nod?
No, already the people were showing me the love. You know, the moment I was elected as the PC for NDC, that day it was a jubilation and picnic.
In the Ada constituency?
In the Ada constituency. It was jubilation and picnic. You can see the trust and the belief they had in me.
Okay.
So that's me. I have a lot of things that motivates me a lot.
Okay.
If I look at the love and this thing they are giving me, then I say, oh, let me do it for them. Let me do it for them. So that thing motivates me a lot. So apart from that, there is a lorry station that we have at Kase, but they keep complaining about it. And I also saw it at the raining time. I realized that no, this thing, we need to face it. Could you imagine somebody challenge me that if I'm able to fix that lorry station, he will walk from Ada to Accra?
He doubted it.
He doubted it. And I said, what? What do you mean? I've seen something and I want to fix, and you are asking. And he said,
who
yes.
is that person?
I will not mention.
You'd rather not talk about it, okay.
And I asked the person, I've seen something and it's not good, I want to fix. And he said, do you know we've had MPs before you? Do you know we have DCs before you? And they couldn't fix. They just come and put some gravels there and then leave. Then you just came and you said you want to fix it. And I said, I'm fixing it.
Okay.
And I've fixed it since 2013 till date. Even there is no problem with it at all, because I use the highest materials to fix it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Comfort, I want us to get to your constituency. That is how we wrap up with the conversation. But let me just remind
we are
listeners.
still talking about my project. I haven't finished.
Oh, okay. You have 30 seconds to wrap.
Oh, 30 seconds.
Don't
I
worry.
have plenty projects. I beg you.
Don't worry. I'll give you the chance to talk about your. But let me just remind listeners. If you just joined us, this is the campaign trail on Starr today, and my guest is Comfort Doyo Kujo. She's a member of parliament for Ada. She's been telling me some pretty interesting stuff about her journey and also her constituency. Comfort, you are on record to have said that NDC will only steal coins, YPP will steal dollars. Why did you say that?
I just wanted that day. I just wanted to say that you can't compare apples with oranges. So that's why I said MPP will steal dollars and NDC will steal coins.
But it's still stealing.
Because
Every stealing is stealing.
NDC, they work from their hearts.
And they steal coins.
They work from their heart, and they don't bother taking money, stealing money. You look at the money that.
Oh, but if you say coins is money.
Oh, but these people, they are crooks. So.
But you are not crooks.
Even if politicians are thieves.
But
let me tell you something. If politicians are thieves, MPP, they are armed robbers, and NDC are pickpockets.
What? What? NPP are what? Armed robbers?
No, I will repeat again.
And NDC are pickpockets. Comfort. Is this not a very wild statement to make?
Now, can you confirm? You yourself, you can confirm it. What is happening now?
What is happening?
You can see stealing everywhere.
And
seeing dollars in people's bedroom. Even maids can go and take plenty dollars from a minister's room. When NDC was in power, did you hear any of those things?
Because probably you were stealing coins, so we didn't hear. That's according to you.
That's why I'm saying when you talk about stealing, NDC doesn't come at all.
Oh, but you said coins. Coins means that they are also complicit in the matter.
Oh, for there is a proverb that palm nut. You cannot use palm nut and said there will be no stains in your dress. By all means, but some of them will use it to bath.
So who is using the palm to bath here?
MPP.
And you people are staining your.
We are good.
I see. Comfort. When I was introducing you, I talked about the fact that in 2020 you polled over 27,000. Which is about 82% of the total votes cast. Going into the 2024 elections, what is your target? And also, what are you telling your constituents? Why did you think that they should give you the nod instead of your competitor? Because the NPP is wild. They're going to break the 8.
The 8 that is with His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, how are they going to break it? God knows that they cannot break that 8. That's why God picked the 8. And gave it to John Dramani Mahama. Said, John, you will break the 8 because you are not finished with your 8 terms. So he is coming to finish with his second term, which will be 8 for him. So they don't have any 8 to break. So that one they should forget it.
Okay.
Listen, they have already lost the election, so because look at their rallies. If you go to rally and you see people standing and you can walk through, you have lost the elections. It rallies that will win you election, you can't walk through. It's thick crowd. They themselves, they should go and compare what they did at Swame in 2016 to what they did in Bantama last 2 months or last month, just last month.
Okay.
And they should go and pick the 2 videos and check the difference.
Okay.
And then one thing too, you will see when they are losing, go to where they sell the party paraphernalia. When you get there and you see your paraphernalia full in the stores,
nobody is buying.
Nobody is buying them. You are gone.
So maybe they already have some. They don't need the extra.
No, if people are fed up, they don't even want to see your paraphernalia at all.
Okay, that's
Look at the way everybody is crying for NDC T-shirt. Now everywhere we go, give us T-shirt. They are not asking for money. Now, if MPP is going to do rally, they have to pay the people before they join the bus. They have to give, even before they wear their T-shirt, they have to give them money with the T-shirt before they even collect it. And before they put their stickers on their car, you have to pay
evidence. You have evidence of all of these things.
A lot. But our own people, they go and collect the money, bring the T-shirt, then they put it somewhere.
That's okay. But today is all about you, so let's focus on you.
Focus on me. I'm not finished with my project. I have a traditional camp.
Okay. I asked you that. What are you targeting in 2024?
2024, a lot.
I mean, you're 27,000 for 2020.
The vote, I'm looking at 92%.
92%.
Yeah, I'm looking because I've done a lot and the people appreciate it.
Okay. So we are wrapping up, and I want to give you the opportunity. So as you're talking about your project, talk to your constituents in your language. The only thing I understand is Onye Saminga.
Onye Saminga. You calling him play no inga no feno itanye ama aminye biyo doyo li singa hioni mono ikema denye ke benga suwe wabeko nga suwe le wakla wate leke watio le biyo suwo wahene ko jeno ka wa vote ha doyo pew nge adan number 2 le Ghana kra ya vote ha John Dramani Mahama le enge number 8 mola ajovia umbrella kolope di NDC symbol no man nange ballot paper no umbrella na di ajovia mola kolope kona kolope mo vote ka wo o paper ha mo be business pakoka o nga ajovia la lo nge umbrella la no vote ha umbrella keke wagbenya ngelejo ne kuni yemi ne ba ne ma na heblo ne ma dra ada ne ma wa ada ka fun izono nyepe no ma wona jewo kla ne pie wo kla wa yi
ope no. Okay, but you wanted to talk about your project, but unfortunately we are wrapping up. But I believe that your constituents have heard you, and they will do the needful if they are satisfied with that dam you put up there and the lorry station you've constructed. It's been a pleasure having you in our studios.
Thank you.
Thank you too for coming. I've been engaging Comfort Doyo Kujo. She's the member of parliament for the Ada constituency. She has been my guest on the campaign trail. And that is how we wrap up today's edition of Starr Today here on Starr FM. For more news updates, please visit starfm.com.gh. I am Tutuwaa Danso. This production was led by Eko Anan, Prince Isian Benjamin Saki, and Emmanuel Donko made the stream possible on our social media platforms. We are back tomorrow with more news content. Have a good evening.